Part two of the interview still would be. Um, okay. I know it's so formal. What kind of knowledge, skills, or ability are required to do this job? So we can start with knowledge, I guess.
Okay, so you obviously have to have a background knowledge of kids and where they are developmentally.
Hmm.
You also need to have a knowledge of the standards and what's expected from your kids every quarter come, report card time.
Hmm.
And kind of like anything, you have to know how to work as a team, especially me because I've got Trisha. So I have to.
Hmm. How about like the knowledge of how to educate kids too, Like,
Yeah, so basically like theories and different practices that work better or that have been proven more effective,
hmm.
like scaffolding. That's
Yeah.
like a term that we use. Basically, instead of just like telling a kid like, "Hey, go do this,"
Hmm.
like building it up so that they are able to do it on their own,
Yeah,
and
actually,
like giving them the support that they need to be successful.
mm-hmm.
And it's going to be different for each kid because each kid is meeting you at a different, prior knowledge level.
And then how
Um,
about what skills do you need? I know that seems similar, but
okay, so yeah, yeah, skills. So I think delegation.
hmm.
Like as a teacher, you want everything. I know for me at least, because teachers tend to be like pretty perfectionisty, and like
Hmm.
really good at school. Obviously,
Hmm.
they went back to school, so they clearly were good at school. Um, but kind of delegating, like, hey, you know what? I can let my kids do this and this and this, and then also delegating with your teammates and your parapro. Like, it took me a while to actually like be comfortable with giving Trisha stuff because I'm like 20 years younger than she is, right? So it's kind of weird, like she's taking orders from me.
Hmm.
So it kind of took a little bit for me to get comfortable with saying, hey, can you do this, 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 and this? And she's wonderful about it. It wasn't even an issue, but like in my head, it was an issue. So I had to get the skill of delegating.
Yes.
To an adult who's older than me.
Hmm.
Um, Other skills, communication. You gotta
Hmm.
talk to parents.
Got it.
Um,
Communication.
and there's always gonna be angry parents, even though you're trying your best.
Oh,
Like,
B, I have a question about that, so you can you can hold your answer because you're gonna go in depth in that in a minute.
okay, okay. So just communication with parents and with my principal, and just with the students and other teachers. So communication's a really good skill to have. I think it's also being like technology savvy.
Hmm.
I know this sounds weird, but like a lot of my teammates have a hard time with OneDrive. Um,
Hmm.
Being able to save things like Google Docs and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just making sure that you're able to use a PowerPoint or do use the smartboard, the writing app. So just stuff like that. So just I guess basic technology. I guess is the best way to put it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe ability. I feel like that's actually kind of captured already, so
Yeah, yeah. I just think
I guess like
making sure that you're able to
communicate with kids, like
communicate and just because they didn't get it the first time, you got to keep going until they get it.
yeah, so kind of like
Which is
pay.
one of those
Hmm.
things where, hey, I know you still are having a hard time counting, and we're moving on to shapes, but we're gonna go back and work on your counting. That's
Yeah.
why I pull those groups in the morning because I've still got kids that haven't mastered, the alphabet yet. So I'm pulling them back just to, even though we're going on to sounds, we're still working on some letter recognition for other friends.
Hmm. Yeah. So what kind of physical requirements does this job have?
Well, you're gonna be on your feet a lot. If you're doing it right, I should say this. If you're doing it right, you
Hmm.
will be on your feet a lot because you're constantly going around making sure all your kids are on task or following directions or understanding it. And you're kind of just going around, just kind of viewing over the shoulder of what they're doing.
Hmm.
A lot of times just like moving from place to place. Um,
Hmm.
you also, this isn't necessary, but I would think it's a good idea to have the physical requirement of running because once in a while you'll get a runner. You
Yeah.
have to run after like me last year. I
Yeah.
had to run a little bit, just because you don't know if the kids. Obviously, the kid left the classroom. You don't know if they're going outside, trying to go onto the street, trying to like find a car that's their mom's car,
Mhm.
or if they're just like booking it down the fifth grade hall just because it's the farthest place away from your classroom. So I think being able to run is a very good skill to have.
Mhm. Awesome.
Other than that, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Cool.
Yeah.
So what is the level of language required for this job? Like your language level ability, Like you need to be sorry, what do you need to be?
Okay, so language ability, clearly you have to be able to put a sentence together, verbally and in written form, because I'm teaching my kids how, how to write. Granted, it's only kindergarten, but, how to form a sentence, a verb, even though they don't know the subject of the verb, saying math is not a sentence. Saying I like math is a sentence. So kind of just being able to model that.
Mhm.
And also in written communication with the parents, I don't think any parent's going to want their child getting educated by a person who can't put a simple email together.
So I guess it sounds like proficient in English,
Yes, yeah.
Mhm. Awesome. Okay. And what mathematical abilities must a person have?
For kindergarten, or do you want early childhood education?
Kindergarten for you specifically.
Kindergarten, okay. Well, the kindergarten standards in Georgia
Mhm.
are pretty watered down.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just like counting objects to 20, being able to count to 100, just like out loud, basic 2D and 3D shapes, capacity, like which one holds more, which one's longer, which one weighs more, like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other math standards. That's pretty much it. I mean,
Okay.
that's pretty basic. Oh, and then addition and subtraction. I forgot that one. Basic addition and subtraction. Like, I guess the highest you could really get is like 6 plus 4. Like, you really wouldn't
Really?
go past it. Yeah.
Wow, I literally did not know that.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like basic math skills, but still some like intermediate math skills, I guess, is what I would.
Oh, no, I would call it basic. I really would.
All right, basic.
I would call it basic math skills. But the problem is, in order to get through college, you have to. I'm certified to teach fifth grade, so I can technically teach fifth grade math because I'm certified in it. However, the requirements for that are so much more.
Yeah.
And like honestly, it's pretty hard. Some of the stuff, like the geometry in fourth grade, like. I remember I really had to go back and review that when I was in school because you forget all that stuff,
Mhm.
And now with the way the math has been with Common Core, it's not just like teaching you an algorithm, like like in multiplication you carry the 1, put the 0 as a placeholder. Like there are so many new strategies, so kids actually know and understand what they're doing. So there's a lot of new stuff from when you and I were in elementary school.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So what's your work environment like?
Oh, it's really fun. It's really colorful. My classroom's theme, rainbows. So everything is a different color, and it still goes together with my theme.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a really calm environment. That's why I like the lamps, like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to create an environment that's, really positive, full of love, because kids, if they're not comfortable and feel safe. So I make sure to instill that. I mean, it's a really large class. I've got 23 kids, and it'll probably be 25 by the end of the year. And I have a big size classroom, but I mean, with 25 people in there now, I mean, it's kind of, mean, we've got room, but like barely. So it's a little cramped, but
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then I guess for like physical environment, you're in your classroom, and then do you go anywhere else? I guess just like the hallways, it seems like.
Yeah, so it'd be my actual classroom, the hallways, cafeteria, a different classroom for special, so maybe like the gym or the art room or the music room or the STEM room, and then outside playground. That's pretty much it.
Okay, got it. And then what's your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part, especially in kindergarten, because you see the growth. Like we had to teach them how to school.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the year, they're like this well-oiled machine that they just get it. And like you pull their stuff in the beginning of the year, like, hey, like you came in knowing like 5 of your letters, and now you can read. Like to me, that's the biggest thing. To me, it's the language arts part, the reading part, and that's just so rewarding to them. Actually, they're able to read a book to me and tell me what the book was about, when some of them, really weren't exposed to reading up until, kindergarten, which is really sad to me, but
Yeah.
you deal with what you gotta deal with. So.
Oh, for sure. And then maybe last question on this one, and then I'll start the new one. What is the least favorite part of your job?
The parent. By far, the parents.
The parents. Got it.
Do you need me to explain?
I actually have a question that's a little down. It's how do you handle unhappy parents? So for now, that's good.
Okay.
And then maybe one more quick one. What are some characteristics of people that succeed in this job? Like, what are they like?
I think positive, just being like a upbeat, positive person.
Mm-hmm.
I think making someone who perseveres, because like this job is like constantly failing or thinking I can do better, or like this kid made some improvement, but not as much as I know he or she can. So let me try to fix it so that they can really show their potential.
Yeah.
So I think just showing perseverance and let's see.
I guess like how would you describe yourself? Because you succeed in this job, so like I would say you're hardworking. Yeah.
Technically, yes, but I mean, I feel like I've just, I feel like I'm still trying to get through. Even though it's not my first year anymore, I just still feel like I can improve in so many ways.
Yeah.
So I guess being, self-reflective, I think reflecting is a very important part of this job.
Got it.
Because like there have been times where I'm like, you know what, that was an awesome lesson. I can't wait to teach that again next year, or tweak it a little bit for my kids who need the remediation. I have had other lessons that like, wow, that really did not go well, or they didn't learn a thing. Because they could not follow directions. Because they were too hard. So I'm constantly having to self-reflect and adjust.
Yeah. Well, okay, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna pause it, B.